welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through some of the products that have been released for summer that are making me say, oh crap, I do want that. I have been saving some things from Instagram that are making me stop in my tracks and go, oh, I need to save you for a reminder. Ooh, I need to keep an eye out for this because some things are just drawing me in for the upcoming summer. So let's dive in. Total side note, I am actually filming today with my screen down. I usually film in front of natural lighting, so I don't know how this is going to look in post when I'm editing and stuff. Sorry if it looks really different or better or worse. I just was trying some new things with lighting, and I've been messing around with some concealer, and I'm worried it's too light under here, but I'm having a hard time not letting it get too crazy with some bronzer. So like I told you guys in a previous video, I'm in between shades because of summer. I've got some things that are too light for me and some things that are too dark. So bear with me today. First thing that caught my eye, I thought was ColourPop. I have never heard of this brand ever. This is Avie Cosmetics. Is that how you say this? M-A-V-I-E Cosmetics. And this color story says summer to me. I've got 2 yellows, 3 blues. This is Take Me to Satori, I think is the name of this. It's got some oranges, it's got some tan colors. This looks so much fun. But then I saw the price and was like, this is not ColourPop. This is $40 with a $46 value. Oh, it was a Mother's Day sale because that's how long I've had this saved. What? $46? You are no ColourPop. I didn't realize the price when I put this in my, ooh, I want you little section of my Instagram. So that just made it a lot easier to say no because I already have something not totally similar, but kind of close. Mar palette doesn't have any yellows. This is from ColourPop, but this is kind of what it said to me. Like when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, is that like the Mar palette, but with yellows and oranges? Well, this has some oranges in it, but for $40, no thank you. I'm gonna stick with some ColourPop. Oof. Well, that made it easy to say no. Okay, some of you guys told me about this palette, and it's from Beaute, and a lot of us got Beaute in a BoxyCharm last year, and I've said I really, really enjoyed the palette. Beaute Grandiose palette we got in a BoxyCharm, and a lot of us said we were surprised how much we really liked it. There are some beautiful reds in here. I mean, stunning reds, super pigmented. But then you also have some beautiful, like, pinky shades, some beautiful gold shimmers. I mean, we really liked this palette. This one was like a shocker for us. So when I heard from you guys that they had another palette out that was very like 2019, I was so curious. This is the Beaute Oceanic palette, and we were discussing this before when the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette dropped, because this one is, this is $38.99, so this isn't a super cheap palette, but this is something I've had saved and I keep going back to look at because this came out a while ago. But I'm just like, there's a lot of beautiful like huntery greens in there. There's some aqua shades, blues, greens, golds. This one is really, really pretty. So this one is kind of still on my radar because it's $38, and we all know I have a huge eyeshadow palette drawer for living in a tiny house. I haven't bit the bullet, and the $38.99, the $40 price tag. Let's be serious, because there's always tax and shipping. It would be 40 bucks. That's the only thing that's kind of made me go, do you really need that? But this looks really pretty, and it's still on my radar. Like, I keep going back to it going, maybe. What do you think of that palette? Do you own that palette? That will help us out a lot, because I know a lot of us have like chatted about this palette for a while. How's the formula? Is it just as good as this one? Because if so, that makes it even more tempting. Speaking of my friends at ColourPop, they came out with a blue palette, and I believe some of my YouTube friends have already purchased this, so I'm so excited to watch their videos. This is the new ColourPop Blues. It's just like here for the blues. It's the Blue Moon, $12, includes 9 shades, mattes, shimmery finishes, and that's just it. Like with ColourPop, 12 bucks. So when I was looking at that other one that I felt was very reminiscent of the style of ColourPop, but I've never tried the formula, so maybe it's crap. I don't know. When I was like so expensive, when that baby was $46, I was like, exit stage left. Because I know ColourPop will always take care of me, and their shadows are consistently amazing. This blue palette, like, I feel like I would always have to pair this with something else, obviously, because I don't gravitate to a total blue look, but every time I do a blue eye look, either on my Instagram or here on YouTube, so many of you are like, girl, blue is your color. It goes with your skin, it goes with your hair. Do more blue looks. This looks so stunning. I can't wait to look up some videos for this. I haven't seen any yet, but I am dying to because this looks so stunning. And I already know I love their formula. I love their packaging. ColourPop, you can do no wrong. Well, you can. It's called your foundation. Sorry. Summer makes me think of vibrant colors. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a child of like the 80s. I was born in the 80s. So like growing up, I always saw those neon bright colors. So when Huda Beauty came out with these stunning neon palettes, I was like, oh my gosh. They have a pink neon, an orange neon, and a green neon. And those are the colors I love. Aren't they very 80s though? Don't you get like an 80s, 90s vibe from that? I totally do. 3 stunning neon vibe palettes include 9 shades with different finishes in the perfect size to take with you everywhere. Again, perfect for summer. Already available. June 6th, it is in stores, which that'll be happening by the time this goes up. So, oh my goodness, these are really pretty. Now, I don't have a lot of palettes from Huda. I'm a little unfamiliar with the formula. I do have one that I got from an Ipsy. It is this mini Coral Obsessions palette. It has a little pop of yellow, which is kind of what sold me on it. And I obviously love a coral look. If I've shown you guys any of my ColourPop collection, I bought a ton of corals. So I was really excited to play with this, and I think they're still really good colors. I think they're really good formulas, consistency, great shadows. So when I saw these, I was like, oh, dang it, you're pretty. How much are these even? Do we even know? Swatches look stunning. Okay, so they're gonna be $29 each. I just found the price of them. So, ooh, look at all the yellows. Oh my goodness, because I told you guys, yellow I feel like is a great color for summer, and I feel like 2019 is kind of where yellow is giving itself a moment. But I don't know, for $29, I'm gonna have to think about it. That's the good thing about living in a tiny house is I have to really be mindful of what I bring in, of everything, whether it's grocery shopping, clothes shopping, or makeup shopping. So I'm gonna see the reviews of this, but some of these swatches are just making me stop and go, oh, this looks so much fun for summer. So what do you guys think? Okay, so this is the Neon Obsessions. This is the Neon Green Obsessions. So if it's part of the Obsessions collection, like I have the Coral Obsessions here, I'll bet the formula is very similar, if not the same type to this. So, that makes it a little bit more tempting, but I got this for like super cheap from Ipsy. I think like a $12 add-on or something. So, what do you guys think about these? Are they too neon? Is it something that you think you would gravitate to? I think I need to see some videos on it too. I kind of like to see makeup in action before I spend my money on anything that's more than ColourPop prices, because that's how I do. Talk about something crazy expensive that I always like salivate and window shop over, but I have never ever pulled the trigger and purchased from this brand because it's always crazy, crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. Natasha, girl, you always put out something that just makes me go, you are so pretty. Why are you so pricey? Natasha Denona is known for her quality shadows in her larger palettes. I've heard a lot of like mixed reviews about her small mini palettes because I heard the formula is not the same. We all saw when Tati opened up her tiny palette and they fell out and broke, and everybody had a beauty makeup moment where we all were like, what just happened? So this is the Sunrise palette. I'm looking at this going, oh look, there's the yellows and like burnt orangey yellows that I was saying were definitely going to be a thing this summer. And then I started seeing some of the vibrant colors that are going to be really pretty, but also some nudes in there. I was like, dang it, this is stunning. This is talking to me. I'm pretty sure her other one, there's like, this is the Sunrise palette. The Sunset palette also talked to me as well. Because I was looking at that too, because I was like, oh, that one's tempting me when that was first released. So I kind of want to see what people are saying in the comments about this, because how much is this one? I mean, is it the whole, I mean, do I have to give you a kidney for it? Like what's going on? Someone just said, Miss Natasha, you're too expensive to be releasing product after product, especially ones that are attractive. People are saying this is the perfect color story. And I'm like, for summer, this is so gorgeous. Oh, so this one's only $66? Oh, I think I heard something about that. The size is a little different or something about this. So this one is not as pricey. But again, if I'm gonna take a pause for a $40 palette, because I know I can get a $12 or a $16 palette, I'm just like, oof, dang it. But I've always so been curious about Natasha Denona shades, shadows, and I think this one's only $66. So Again, this is why this is still in my, oh crap, I do want you, and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, I'm studying you, I'm gonna watch some videos on you. Do you have Natasha Denona palettes that are the bigger size? And if you do, are the formulas as good as the reviews say they are? Like, tell me friend to friend, what are your thoughts on that? Because I'm curious, is this formula gonna be like the big palettes, or is this formula gonna be more like the inconsistent, smaller palettes? It's so expensive for such a gamble, you know? Somebody tagged me in this on Instagram, and thank you if you did. This is from Too Faced, and it's called Shake Your Pom Poms. This is, it says it's a new eyeshadow palette from Too Faced, but I thought it was a face palette. But the colors really are talking to me for summer, because I've said I really like a more natural, beachy, peachy, glowy goddess look. It says On the Fly palette, rich neutrals in matte, shimmer, and pearl finishes. Smell like peaches and cream vacation for $25. It's travel-friendly size, infused with peach and sweet fig milk. At the time I saw this was coming soon, and that was in the middle of May. This looks really, I mean, this was kind of tempting me, but if it's really this small, I'm afraid it's going to get lost in my makeup drawer. At first when I saw this, I thought it was a face palette, and I thought it was for like bronzers and highlighters, and I was like in a blush, and I was like, oh, looking at you. But when I realized it was an eyeshadow palette, that kind of made me go, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people are making points. Don't you already have all of these shadows in your collection? And as far as shadows go, I do. I thought this was a face palette, bronzers, highlighters, blushes, and I was gonna be like, oh, I have space for that in my collection for a face palette. But being an eyeshadow palette, I think I just talked myself out of it, because it's not a face palette. So I was curious what this person's first product was going to be, and then when she released that it was going to be lipsticks, I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. I kind of thought it would be a highlight. And if you haven't figured out from my cryptic way of saying this yet, I'm talking about Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill has now released her new cosmetics line, and kind of no matter how you feel about her as far as like her YouTube channel goes, there's been some products that she's been tied to that have been really great. Her Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter from Becca, and I know this is a Becca formula, Becca product, so it's not really hers, but this sucker is stunning. So if she had any hand in this, like, I love this. This is the highlighter I can't stop reaching for right now, real talk. And this palette was really revolutionary with Morphe. No matter kind of what you think about Morphe, like I just decluttered one of their palettes because, ugh. This palette really shocked me. This is the palette I wasn't even going to get, but so many of you guys reached out to me and said, Nichole, I have it. It's stunning. Please don't discredit it. Please try it. And then I did. I still love it. It's still in my collection. It's got a lot of varieties, and a lot of makeup artists even use it. So her name has been tied to some good things, also some bad things, but we'll talk, that's not what we're talking about. So when her collection was coming out and I heard it was going to be lipsticks, I was curious. And then it came out with this big nude collection. And I'm sure there's a lot of like wavy things about everything on the internet, because that's how it goes. But there were some colors that when she was swatching, I was like, oh, I could see me interested in that. And if this were about 6 months ago, I would have been like, oh, lipstick bullets, not interested. But you guys know I've really become more and more intrigued with bullet lipsticks thanks to my Boxy Luxe. Today, the one I'm wearing is from Becca. This is in the shade Burgundy. And I've learned if you have a high quality bullet lippy, they're still just as good as like the satin matte lippies from ColourPop. That was like my go-to because it wouldn't come off, but it wasn't too drying. I'm learning if you have a really good bullet lippy, it can do just as good a job. So I am fully intrigued by some of her nude lippies. Like I'm kind of looking at Perfectionist. I think, was it Ilsa that I was looking at? Sophia looks really stunning. I think Hot Toddy looks pretty. There's a lot of colors that when she was swatching it or when I'm looking at pictures online, I'm like, ooh, I love a nude lip. And a lot of you know, that's what I gravitate to a ton. So this is really speaking to me. And I know they're kind of pricey. What are they, $18 each? But it takes me forever to go through a bullet lippy. At least it has in years past. So what do you guys think about those? We haven't talked about that here on my channel. What do you think about Jaclyn Hill's new release? Are you into it? Would you be interested to try one? Are nude lips not even your thing? Do we think that her color range was good? Because I've heard some back and forth about that. So tell me your thoughts. I'm really curious. I'm really wanting real reviews from real people. I don't want like her reviews. I want people that have paid for the product, that have small YouTube channels like me. I want to hear what they say. And I feel like that's where I'm like waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. All right, and the last thing that kind of caught my eye was one of those small BH Cosmetics palettes. I think you guys know they do the Zodiac line, and right now I think they're releasing. So I have one of the big palettes of theirs. I have the Zodiac Love Signs palette. I think what they're doing is doing small versions of every month's eyeshadow palette, and you don't obviously have to get your own month, your own zodiac. I am a Sagittarius, and many other months will speak to me, but right now the Gemini one looks great for summer, but it also is kind of bulky packaging for I think what it is, but it's kind of just their model and their vibe. It's their brand. It's the Gemini palette that has some yellows, some nudes, a little deeper colors in it, a little pinky corally shade. It looks like there might be a little olive tone in there. These little babies are $14, and I don't know if they're much bigger than a ColourPop palette really, but I know I really, really like their formulas, and I know I really like their palettes. Their other ones though, like the one I have, is so big, it's huge. So these smaller ones speak to me because I know I like their shadows, but it's always so difficult to like pull out their one palette or forget about it because it gets buried in my drawer. That's why these smaller palettes kind of speak to me sometimes, because if they're more, you know, travel friendly or drawer friendly, I feel like I might reach for them even more. And this one is really pretty for a nice, easy, breezy summer look. And that's why I think I keep going back to it and being drawn to it, because this could be one I could see myself purchasing. This one says it has a mix of classic browns, rich greens, and vibrant shades of sunset, mattes, shimmers, and one baked shadow in the center. So this one is talking to me too, but like I said, I really like BH Cosmetics. I think that they have really great products and they're really inexpensive. The hard part is when you order with them, it does take about 2 weeks to get to you, so be prepared for a wait. Guys, these are also a lot of the products that summer releases have been coming out and I've been collecting to be like, okay, these are all talking to me. Oh crap, I do want that. And like I said, I have to be mindful because I've been able to pull out plenty of examples here of what I already have in my collection. It goes on, and that's not even touching the surface of especially my eyeshadow palette drawer, but that's what talks to me. That's what pulls me in. But there are some other things this month too, or this time around too, like lipsticks. One I thought was a face palette, it isn't. I'm still disappointed about that. But yeah, these are mostly again, what I'm talking about is eyeshadow palettes. Why do I have such an obsession? We all need a support group, don't we? Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my crazy little channel, hi new friend, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Bye friends!